Good morning, students. I welcome you all for commerce class. Today we are going to continue with chapter 5 again and part 4 we have completed yesterday, and today we are going to see part 5 from this chapter. What all will be included in this part? That is the summarization of dissolution, then dissolution of partnership, which can take different following forms, then dissolution of firm, how it has been dissolved by order of court and without the order of court. That's what we are going to see and complete this part today. Students, you all know what is the meaning of dissolution. Dissolution means what? Closure of the partnership form of organization. So now we are going to see how it has been summarized. That is the dissolution word, how it has come up. The word D denotes death of a partner. So when death of a partner happens, the time the partnership firm gets dissolved. I denotes incapacity of a partner. When a partner becomes incapable of doing a work, that time the partnership firm gets dissolved. Then S denotes stipulated period of partnership completed in the case of particular partnership. As we saw in different types of partnership, one of the partnership is particular partnership. In such situation, when a period gets over, stipulated period gets over, the partnership comes to an end. Then another S denotes for serious misconduct of a partner. Serious misconduct means when the conduct, the character, the behavior of a partner is changing seriously and is indulging in fraudulent activities. In such circumstances, the partnership firm gets dissolved. Next, O for object is completed. Object is completed means the particular partnership again, when the project gets over, the venture gets over, it automatically comes to an end. Then L for lunacy of a partner. Lunacy means when a partner becomes mentally upset or mentally retarded. In such circumstances, the partnership firm gets dissolved. Next is U. U for unavoidable continuous loss. When there is continuous loss, the partnership cannot exist. So normally it comes to an end. Next, T for transfer of interest of the firm. As already said, without consent of other partners, a particular partner cannot transfer his interest to other outsiders or third parties. If such case there occurs misunderstanding and it automatically gets dissolved. Next, I for insolvency of a partner. When a partner becomes insolvent, normally the partnership comes to an end. It gets dissolved. O for objectionable, unlawful objectives. That is, if suppose unlawful objectives are practiced in partnership form of organization, normally it comes to an end. Next is N. N for notice of dissolution by a partner, and with will and wish of a partner, when he decides to dissolve the firm and he gives a notice, in such circumstances the partnership firm gets dissolved. So students, the above said circumstances are the circumstances which brings the partnership firm to get dissolved, students. So the main difference between the dissolution of partnership and dissolution of the partnership firm is when the partnership is dissolved, there is no other dissolution. There is no dissolution of firm. But when the firm is dissolved, the partnership also comes to an end. Next, we are going to see if dissolution of partnership happens, what all will get changed in partnership form of organization. First one is there is change in the existing profit sharing ratio. Normally, when three partners A, B and C are there, they will be having profit sharing ratio in different ratios. But when once, if suppose B is retiring from the firm or going out from the partnership form of organization, A and C will continue. In such circumstances, the profit sharing ratio will change, will differ. Next is admission of a partner. While admitting a partner, the partnership firm gets dissolved, and in case of retirement or death of a partner, the partnership terms gets changed. Then In case of expiry of the term of the partnership, normally dissolution of partnership occurs. Next, completion of a specified venture. In such circumstances, once the project gets over, that time the dissolution of partnership occurs. Next, dissolution by agreement. When it is stated in the agreement for a specified period, the duration when it is specified after the fixed term, the partnership comes to an end. Next, we are going to move on with in what all circumstances is dissolution of firm exist. So, dissolution of firm can be done through order of court or without the order of the court. So, without the order of the court, how it is possible? It is possible through mutual agreement, compulsory dissolution, on the occurrence of contingencies by notice, and in case of compulsory dissolution, it can be done in two ways, that is insolvency of all except one partner. Other circumstance is business becoming unlawful. Then second form is by order of court. Under order of court, what all circumstances in which the court will order for dissolution of firm? Insanity, permanent incapacity, misconduct, breach of agreement, transfer of interest, perpetual losses, any other just and equitable ground. Let us see that explanation one by one. So, dissolution of partnership firm is taken place in two ways, without the order of the court and by order of the court. So, under without the order of the court, first one is by agreement or mutual consent. So, when agreement is made in order for dissolution of partners, close the affairs of the firm, that time in that circumstances it gets closed and also the contract between the partners gets terminated. Second one, by insolvency of all the partners but one. In case if any one of the partners adjudged an insolvent, or if all the partners become insolvent, it is necessary to dissolve the firm. That is, insolvency means when the partners are left out without a single penny with them. In such circumstances, it gets dissolved. Next is under without the order of the court, when the objective becomes illegal. When objectives becomes illegal, that is the goals, the running of the business firm becomes illegal against the law. In such circumstances, it comes to the end. Next one is by notice of dissolution. So, when a partner gives notice in writing to other partners indicating his intention to dissolve the firm will be dissolved. Next way, on certain contingencies. Certain contingencies means certain conditions or certain circumstances. In case of certain contingencies, dissolution of partnership itself may involve the dissolution of the firm unless parties agree to continue it otherwise. First case under certain contingencies is on the expiry of a specified period in case of partnership for a fixed term. So, fixed term itself means only for a fixed period, for a particular period they will run the partnership firm and automatically on the expiry of that particular date it gets closed. And next one is on the completion of a particular adventure for which it has been formed in case of particular partnership. So, after specific venture it will get dissolved. Next, in the case of death of a partner, automatically it comes to an end. Next, on the retirement of the partner, it comes to an end. And on the insolvency of a partner, it comes to an end. So, in all the above cases, if the business is not continued by the remaining partners, dissolution of firm takes place automatically. Next, we'll move on with dissolution through court. So, in what circumstances the court will order for dissolution? So, no other go, when court orders, normally the partners has to obey for that order. So, the circumstances are when a partner becomes insane. Insane means mental or lunatic. In next case, permanent incapacity of a partner. Permanent incapacity of a partner, any partner, so permanently is not capable of doing the business. Next case, misconduct of any partner. So when any partner is acting in a fraudulent manner or the character is not good, so in such circumstances the court will order for dissolution. Next comes breach of agreement, which makes the business impracticable. Breach of agreement means going against the agreement which is already fixed by the partners. So in such case, normally the court will order for dissolution. Next comes transfer of interest to third person without the knowledge of other partners. If the interest has been transferred by any one partner to the third person, in such circumstances the court will order for dissolution. Next circumstances, continuous loss. So continuously when loss occurs in the business, normally they cannot continue the business, so the court will order for dissolution. And the last circumstances, when the court finds that it is just and equitable to dissolve the firm. That means when the court thinks that it is correct and it is right to dissolve the firm in this particular situation or in this during the particular time, since the circumstance is becoming very worse, if court thinks like that, they will dissolve the firm. By this we are coming to the end of this part, students. Once again we'll recall what all we saw in this chapter 5. So the first one is meaning of join in the family business, characteristics of join in the family business. Next, meaning of partnership, characteristics of partnership, advantages of partnership and disadvantages of partnership. Next, we saw about partnership deed and its contents. Next, we saw about rights and duties of partners. Then types of partnership, then types of partners. Then the procedure for registration, drawbacks of non-registration. Then at last we saw today, that is dissolution of partnership. So I think so you will be thorough with this chapter and we'll meet tomorrow, students. Thank you.